Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amirah Syahmina binti AHMAD SHAMSURI. My number MATRIC is 1191422. So today I want to share with you guys about my topic, which is implementing the approach of dakwah in learning methods among teachers in the Maahad, Tahfiz, Furqan, Temerloh, Pahang. The next slide is about the research question. There are 4 research questions. Firstly, what does it mean to be a teacher at Maahad, Tahfiz, Furqan? Secondly, what are the challenges and obstacles faced by teachers implementing the approach of dakwah in learning method in the Maahad, Tahfiz, Furqan? Thirdly, what are the effects of implementing the approach of dakwah in learning methods in the Maahad, Tahfiz, Furqan? And lastly, what are the interventions to cope the implementing the approach of dakwah in learning methods in the Maahad, Tahfiz, Furqan? Research objective. Firstly, exploring the meaning of being a teacher at Maahad, Tahfiz, Furqan. Secondly, to observe the challenges and obstacles faced by teachers implementing the approach of dakwah in learning methods in the Maahad, Tahfiz, Furqan. Thirdly, to study the effects on implementing the approach of dakwah in learning methods in the Maahad, Tahfiz, Furqan. And lastly, to identify the interventions to cope the implementing the approach of dakwah in learning methods in the Maahad, Tahfiz, Furqan. Now about problem statement. They found that moderate levels of religious knowledge as well as low levels of religious appreciation were the cause of the tendency of adolescents to engage with social symptoms. When there is a weakness in the appreciation of religious knowledge, then indirectly it will lead to the collapse of the appreciation of moral values in a human being. The problem of social symptoms among adolescents, especially adolescents who go to school or church in regular day schools and even involve schools from religious team. According to Ismail 2012, school students from religious team also face this social problem. In the chapter 1, I discuss about background of the study, problem statement, research question, research objective, scope of the study, definition of the terms, literature review, and research methodology. In the chapter 2, I discuss about the introduction, the profile of the approach of dakwah in learning methods, definition of dakwah in learning methods among teachers, the division of the learning methods in the Maahad, Tahfiz, Furqan, the relationship between the approach of dakwah and the learning methods, and lastly, conclusion. In the chapter 3, I discuss about introduction, the challenges in learning method faced by the teachers in Maahad, Tahfiz, Furqan, the challenges implementing the approach of dakwah in learning methods in the Maahad, Tahfiz, Furqan, and lastly, conclusion. In chapter 4, I describe about introduction, intervention to cope the implementing the approach of dakwah in learning, the effects of implementing the approach of dakwah in learning methods, and conclusion. And lastly, chapter 5, I describe about introduction, conclusions, discussion, and recommendation. The next slide is about the method. This research study is a qualitative research. The method used to collect the required information based on the objective to be achieved in this study in the interview method. This interview is a structured interview in which the researcher will ask some questions that have been prepared for the respondents. The answers given are based on the objective we want to achieve from the answers given by the respondent. After that, the information will be analyzed using appropriate instruments. Last but not least is what benefit. The benefit that we will get from this study is that the knowledge of dakwah is broad and can be used in various aspects of life, not only in the learning in our place of study, either at the school level or at the university level, but this dakwah approach in our daily life. This approach can also be shared and used as a good example, so that we can put good morals in our life and to the society. Bagaimanakah kaedah pengajaran dalam pembelajaran dilaksanakan melalui pendekatan dakwah? Biasa pelajar hafal laju sebabnya diorang hafal dekat rumah, pagi tu diorang tasmik je. Okay, jadi bila ada baki waktu dalam setengah jam ataupun 20 minit macam tu, guru-guru ni akan bagi tazkirah, motivasi, ajar tajwid macam tu kepada pelajar. Okay, selain daripada tajwid, motivasi dan sebagainya, kita orang akan ajar adab-adab, adab dengan Al-Quran, adab dengan guru, adab dan banyaklah macam rukun-rukun solat kita ajar dia, kita ajar pasal istilah lelaki dengan perempuan, pergaulan, tak boleh